G'day everyone, and welcome to another Tempest video. News today from the drilling program that we just completed at our range project in Mount Magnet. We have a few of the results back already. There was a little delay in getting those from the lab, but we have them now, and instead of delaying everyone getting the exciting news, we should get straight into it. So the headline of the announcement tells the story really. The dot points here are why I'm excited today. Notably, the fact that we did get some gold in our intercepts in the drilling. The potential implications of that for the area are discussed here, and here we have a same information in a slightly more wordy summary form. Here we've got a picture of one of the juicy intercepts and the drill chips that came from that. Now we know from the laboratory that they actually have gold in them. It's been a great validation of the work that's been put in. And following on with that onto the next page, you can see that we've got the background of the project. As always, we've included these little blue numbers in our announcements, and that's for transparency. You can always go back to the detail of any one of these by going to Appendix A. A couple newish points to be included in the background today. First of all, as I mentioned a moment ago, it's actually quite a bit of work's gone into this project over a number of years, and any number of people have contributed to that, so I want to acknowledge that work, but particularly the people who did the preparation and the drilling for this program. It was really excellent work. Second is that, although it's early days, the implications of these and potentially future results, if they stack up, is that we have a potential to have a deposit here next door to a multi-billion-dollar neighbour, and they've just announced that they're going to be doing a major expansion to their mill and processing circuits to make it into a regional hub. Although it's early days, there is quite a bright future potential for the project. Now, geology-wise, I won't go into extreme detail here, but as we've been expressing in the last few announcements, or all this year really, we've been doing a lot of study and reinterpretation and such at the Range project. And we have now very good evidence that the same or very similar rocks that are being mined or developed elsewhere in the magnet region are also present within our project. And obviously the gold in the drilling that we've received so far is very good validation of that. And the grades and the rock types match what we expected as well. On our updated geology map here, you can see that the key mineralized units are highlighted in red here. However, without jumping too far conclusion-wise, we think that it's very likely that we will find the same types of these mineralized rocks elsewhere, because the same thing happens next door as well. And now that we've started to get their geological signatures keyed in, it's early days, but I'd stay tuned on that front for more news from us. To the next area, we did announce a couple of weeks ago that we completed this drill program, and we were excited about the geology at the time. We can see that we completed 1,500 meters of RC, and that was for 19 holes. We've still got essentially 3/4 of those holes yet to be returned from the lab. We did get 4 of those holes back from the lab, and 3 of them already had good intercepts in them, which is this table here. We have spoken about the geology already, but this little line here is a reinforcement on the same thing. Here we have a nice simple cross-section showing the first 2 drill holes that we completed, MGT DH1 and 2, and they were drilled at the Wrangler target, which is right along strike from the Britannia open pit. We've previously announced several results on that, including gold in rock chips where we found 1 gram at the surface, and that's that picture there. Well, the great news is that we drilled 2 holes, one and then one underneath that, and we got comparable grades and widths to the Britannia pit. In fact, that 3 grammer with the 5 gram in the middle of it there, that's at 50 meters. That's actually somewhat higher grade than was previously mined. And at the bottom of the page, we have the next steps. We have 15 holes worth of assays yet to come in, and we have several hundred geochem samples that were taken further south from this drilling, and they're just about due from the lab as well, actually. And there's a picture of that work. And we're busily looking at all the data and the samples that we have received and planning the next steps. And obviously much depends on the remaining assays, but I'd say the likelihood of us doing further drilling is already quite high. Further down at the bottom of the document, you'll see we've got our JORC table explaining the work that we've done, and below that we've selected a few photos of nice looking mineralized drill chips that we now know are gold bearing, and they're from the results that are in this announcement. Well, that's that for this one. Before I forget, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel that you're currently watching. We regularly have videos out. In fact, we just put out a vlog from our attendance at the IMARC conference a week or so back in Sydney. And I have a video for essentially every announcement that we put on the ASX. We've got heaps of news coming up, and I look forward to sharing that all with you in the coming days and weeks. But until then,